I could talk about the war all day long, different things. And if there's a war picture comes on, I don't miss it. You know what I always look for? I always look to see if I can see one of our pieces of equipment coming up. But you'll never see a truck come there with the 20th Engineers or the 13th, 40th Engineers. You know, we were changed before we made the invasion of Normandy. Our outfit was split in half. We were still the same outfit. But they made half the 20th. They went into the assault engineers with the 1st Division. And we were the 13th, 40th Engineers. And we went in as reinforcement. And the reason they did that, in World War I, they were annihilated. And they didn't want to be annihilated again. They weren't going to lose them all at once. I'll tell you what happened to right at the beginning of Africa. When we left the United States, we never knew where we were going. They put us on a ship. We sailed for 10 days on that ocean, not knowing nothing. Finally gave us a little book, French and English, you know. Where the hell are we going? Then they said, boy, you boys are going to North Africa. We go to North Africa. We make their landing there. We just, you know how you go over the side of the boat with them nets, walking down the ropes, catching a little boat? Well, I got on them, got like from here, maybe to the golf course, IBM golf course, and the subset of ship sunk two of them right together, the USS Scott and the Cristobal. I just got off of that baby. Then I wasn't worried, there's a couple airplanes flying up there, but we were in that little boat, and I just couldn't wait for these old feet to get on that dirt, because I figured when I got on the dirt I had a chance. So that was Africa, made the invasion of that. And then they pushed us up to the Kasserine Path. That's where the 1st Infantry was. To reinforce the 1st Infantry. And we stayed with the 1st Infantry right up into Bizerte. Not Bizerte, we went to Bizerte. You had to go through Bizerte. And we ended up in Tunis. And they told Patton not to take Tunis, let Montgomery take it. But you might as well talk to the wall when you talk to Patton. Patton took Tunis, right? And okay, that was the end of the war in Africa. We go. Now, okay, we're heading for Sicily. Out there, 5 days going across that Mediterranean. That's only a one-day trip. But you know, you're playing zigzag to make all the other ships catch up with you. Okay, that was zigzag. We zigzagged across there. And these Italian planes were coming over trying to bomb us, but they didn't make it. Major says to me, what are you doing up on deck? I said, the same thing you are. I said, if this ship gets hit, I'm going off. Sicily was a storm. That was a joke. You know what was happening in Sicily?
No.
Well, the Germans were running back for the boot, and they were letting the Italians hold us. They thought they were going to hold us. And they were quitting as fast as we could get to them. We moved 16 times in one day. They couldn't catch up with them. So, okay, we get going toward Palermo. So, we got called up front. Patton wanted us up front. So we're passing everywhere. We're just one truck with our platoon on it. And we're moving up to the front to get up there in case of any hitting mines, you know, because he had all his tanks going that way. And he gave them people till 7 o'clock that night to give up Palermo or he was going to blow it up, which he would have done. So, then people, 7 o'clock that night, they gave up Palermo. So once they gave the capital of Sicily up, that was it. That was the end of it. You see, the Palermo's right next to the boot. It's only 2 miles water stretched across there. And that's what the Germans want to get home, pal. They want to get over in Italy. After that Trapani thing, that was almost the end of Sicily. Well, it was the end of Sicily when they took Palermo, Palermo, because that was the capital. And from there, we didn't know what the hell was going to go on again. Stayed about a week or so. Load us up on the ship again. Boy, we were going. I said, boy, we must be going home this time. We're to Africa, Sicily, it's about time. So, the sailor says, you know, I thought you boys were going home, but we're making a U-turn. You boys are going to Europe. And where we end up in Scotland, Thanksgiving Day, too. I never forget that. And we get a nice greeting on Thanksgiving Day. There's Montgomery there on the dock, greeting us. What a good job we did in Africa and Sicily. You're going to get ready for the invasion of France. That's all we got to have, right? Like I say, it was Thanksgiving we landed in Scotland, and then we made the invasion of France, June 6, 1944. School. And I came out with the best mark, and they wanted me to go to headquarters of the Master Sergeant and just go around demonstrating this stuff to the other guys, and no, I ain't going. I says, who the hell's in headquarters? The colonel? The major? Lieutenant colonel? I don't need to be with them guys. Let me stay with the men I was with. So I made the invasion. Otherwise, I didn't have to make that invasion. That was the worst one, too. But you see, you get used to a group of guys, you ain't gonna leave them. So, that's the way it was. So that was, then from there, like I say, June 6th, I think it was, 1944, we made the invasion of Normandy, Omaha Beach, the worst beach you could get. That was our job, and we stayed on that beach 3 days just picking up mines. You know what they had there? You probably know. You know the Guggenheim fence down here? Yep. They had things like that there that could roll out in the water with mines all in the front of it. They had these other things look like this here, and mines in there. If the boat, the tide was just right, you come in there and you hit one of them, you're gone. Bam! All you see these little boats hitting and boy explode. You never even see a guy fly out or nothing. Down. That's where we ran, Omaha Beach. And there was a big pillbox right up the front, right where we come in. The British battleship was right there shooting at it, wasn't doing nothing. You know what them pillboxes were? Concrete about 8 foot thick. And they, what do you call, that you could shoot all you want. The only way you got one of them pillboxes, you had to have an infantryman go up there with his dynamite on a stick and shove it in that gun hole and let it go. On the Siegfried Line, the same thing in Germany. We used to go blow them up on the Siegfried Line at night. Of course, the infantry would take them, and the Germans would push them back in the night again and take them back. So whenever they got them, they used to call us. We'd go up there and blow them up. And only blow the top off. You know, you could sleep anywhere from 40 to 60 men in one of them.
In a pillbox?
They had bunks just like in a boat. And they had, on the Siegfried Line, they even had some of them that they had a revolving turret. And we used to watch the airplanes, the dive bombers, and they'd dive in front of us, and we could see the bombs come off of them planes. At them pillboxes, didn't do nothing. You had to blow them. You had to go up there and blow them babies. The infantry had to take them, you had to go up and get them. They'd call us to blow them. But I don't know. But our main stop after we got there, we went up over the hill, and our next push was to get to St. Lo. We were there, the 2nd Infantry Division was on one side of us, and we were just parked, and they told us they can't get through. So then they says, well, what to do? The Germans were there, they were powerful too. They said to dig our foxholes deep because we're going to have a big air raid tomorrow morning. Okay. We dug our foxholes deep and get deeper in the ground, right? The next morning at 9 o'clock, they started a bomb. Yeah, you know, a couple hundred planes at a time, and all it sounded like thunder all day long till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Before, you see, we landed in Normandy, then we took off. We were heading for St. Lo, heading toward Paris. Mm-hmm. And once we got through St. Lo, then we went into Paris with not too much trouble.
Paris, romantic and charming.
So then, did you go to Paris?
Huh?
Did you get to Paris?
We were the first guys in Paris. Patton was supposed to take that either. Told Patton not to take that. He took it. You couldn't tell. Patton got more trouble. They told Patton not to take Paris, but he was going to never let me.